I wanted to do some role play specifically with Cody. I know Cody has had a lot of success with open houses and said several closings about it, and just give you guys some real world examples of like what to say. Because I've heard some feedback or heard kind of some new agents saying, well, I don't want to feel stalkerish and follow people around and talk to them, or I don't know what to say. I don't want to, intrude on them. I want them to look at the houses. So there's a way to do this in person without feeling like you're bothering somebody. So the first thing I want to address is you're not bothering somebody. If you are a friendly person, you have good energy, you're asking open-ended questions, you show that you're here to help, people are not going to be annoyed with you. And guess what? The people who are annoyed with you are probably not serious prospects that you should spend your time with anyway. So it'll help you literally in real time weed out people who you don't need to spend your whole time talking to, but it will identify the people who do need help and who want that extra assistance, who aren't getting it with all of the other open house realtors from that literally are just standing there. And I really mean that, you guys, not a single one. I've been waiting for somebody to talk to me. People aren't doing it. So this is a super easy way to set yourself apart. So I just kind of wanted to role play a little bit with Cody. I'll have Cody step up here, Chris, if you want to give him your mic, or you can just hold whichever is easier, or if you want, you can hold the thing. But just like if somebody's walking through the house, like Cody, what are some, let's do kind of a quick role play. I'm looking, you're the agent, I'm like a buyer. What is that? I want to show people like what kind of that looks like. So
absolutely. So well, before we role play, as I just let you guys know, like kind of the background that I have is working in restaurants, right? And some people naturally have like that, hey, welcome in, I want to help you, I want to do all this. Like I think Jen would be my first reaction of like that was somebody that I think would be beautiful at that job. Like some of us though are better at like the behind the scenes stuff. So jumping up in front of somebody is kind of nerve-wracking, and you don't want to feel annoying because like for you that your personality may be like, oh look, I don't always want somebody in my face or doing, going a little bit extra when they walk in. But realistically, like Rachel said, like if you're walking in my eyes, like my job is to literally make you feel welcomed immediately. So if you're sitting on the couch and on your laptop not paying attention, like sometimes that's not the best of first impression. So immediately, I guess then to role play it is like if Rachel's coming in, my job is like, hey, what brought you guys in? Like, I'm excited. I don't really I just want to see what brought you in. So we'll just kind of go from there.
yeah, like I'm walking in, you say, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, welcome in. Rachel, what's up? How are you today? I obviously won't know your name. Like, what are you guys doing today? How did you find us?
Hey, yeah, I saw your signs. We're in the neighborhood. We've been kind of checking out some houses and this one looked cool.
Awesome. My signs are working. I love to hear that. That's one of my favorite things because I put a lot of effort into getting those out there. Well, welcome in. Like, let me walk you through a little bit. I'm going to have you sign in with me real quick. And as you're doing that, here's a little bit of info about the house. Then I start giving them a little bit like, hey, this is, I'm obviously not that it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and kind of doing a little bit more of just giving them something right away. And as I'm giving them that, I'm hopefully that they're doing this, right? I want them to be taking care of that. And as they're done, I think, I don't know, it's hard to role play it when you're not walking into the house. But realistically, then once you're finished and like, so, hey, like how long have you guys actually been looking for?
Yeah, we've been looking on and off for about 6 months, we found a couple, but, our offers didn't get accepted. So we're just, we're still just trying to find the right house.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your offers weren't accepted. I know that it's been difficult for buyers out there. Have you guys just been kind of doing this by yourself at the moment, or have you working with somebody to help you out?
I mean, kind of casually. Yeah, we know my friend's brother is an agent. He's been kind of helping us out here and there, but mostly we've been just kind of doing our own thing and going to open houses.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that you came in today. Then let me walk you through a little bit, and maybe you can share with me a little bit more how your journey's been so far. So let's kind of cruise through. Yeah. And then during that cruise through part, I'm really just like asking them about the house, making them feel like we're just talking about the house. I don't want to like bother them with like, well, hey, like, have you done a buyer's consult? Like if you're doing that up front, like you're going way too fast. It's like being on a first date and going like, how many kids do you want? Like, that's a weird one to me. It's okay. Like, well, have you thought about when you're going to get married or why you want, like, it's okay. Like, like that would be very weird first conversations in the beginning. Like, I just want them to talk about themselves, what they've been doing and what they like, because everybody loves to talk about themselves. Like it's the easiest thing to do. It's really like, it basically takes down any shield or like any walls that they've put up in front of you, like right off the bat. So that would be kind of the way that I proceed then. And I don't know, do I need to role play more?
No, I just kind of wanted you to kind of share your 2 cents, and just I wanted to empower you guys that it gets to be easy. Like, especially like you don't have to overthink it or go into deeply to your point, or like, well, have you spoken with a lender yet? Like, we're just getting to like your whole goal at an open house should be to be somebody warm and inviting that people want to talk to, and the rest will take care of itself. If you're welcoming and you're asking them open-ended questions about themselves and just, not tied to the outcome, learning about them, what they like about the house, you can make jokes. Like the whole thing is just, I want you to feel comfortable with me enough to show that, hey, I'm on my A game. I'm having a great open house. I'm a good agent. I know about the property. Like you're doing more than everybody else that they've interacted with.
Yeah.
And if they see that, then after you've had this conversation, the follow-up and asking them for a meeting becomes so much easier because they're already warmed up to you. But if you don't take this step to go out of your comfort zone to like, hey, hey, how long have you been looking? Oh, that's awesome, right? It doesn't, to Cody's point, it doesn't have to be like this whole phone discovery where you're asking them every single question. It's more casual. And that the good news is that's the easiest thing ever, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to stick this, I have to get, all these details. Just make them feel comfortable. And then at that point, you'll know, okay, now they're open, they're working with an agent, they're not. And if you find out during that discovery that this person is super committed to another agent, you can say, well, great. Well, hey, if you have questions about the house, I'll be around. There's refreshments. Let me know. And you can kind of gracefully walk away and now go talk to somebody else, right? So if you don't ask any questions, how will you know who's worth your time and who's not? So as you're doing that, don't feel like it's uncomfortable or that you're bothering people. Like they're there to see the house. They want to check it out. Nobody is upset to see a friendly face who's welcoming.
I think something to even like add on or like put it in perspective for some people that didn't make sense now is like, you ever like walked into a restaurant and sat down and never been greeted? How do you feel? Or have you waited 10 minutes for a drink, like before anybody even asked you what you wanted? How did that make you feel? It's the same way. Like you literally were very clear of like you were in open houses and you're like, all this person said was, hi, have a seat, and never came and talked to me, right? And like that's literally the experience that people are getting when you're not doing those things. So like, and if somebody's rude and like to Chris's point, like they're gonna want to work with you or not. They're gonna want to talk to you or they're not, and they'll make it clear. And if they don't, cool. Hey, you know what?
You qualified them. Now
now I know. Like I'm not gonna waste any more time on you. I'm gonna wait at the front door. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait there for the next person that's gonna be worth my time and wants to talk. And if those guys like come in and out and they leave, like they're probably happier that I didn't talk to them. That's fine. But like assuming that nobody wants to talk to you is like the worst case scenario. Like nobody's going to be annoyed. They came in there most likely looking for something, whether it's a service, whether it's just questions that they want answered, or maybe they're looking for an agent. They don't even know it yet. They're just out there shopping at an open house because a lot of people start that way. So I think that's
perfect. No, and that's super appreciated. So just wanted to give you guys some like real life examples of, obviously we're not in the house, it's a little more awkward, but that you can ask these questions.